What if I told you there's a car that was so far ahead of its time, it predicted the future of supercars 40 years ago? A machine so exclusive that only 337 were ever built, and today, just finding one for sale could cost you over $2 million. This is the Porsche 959, a car that Ferrari's own engineers called impossible to build. A car that dominated the brutal Paris-Dakar rally, yet could cruise comfortably on the Autobahn. A car that Bill Gates waited 13 years to legally import into the United States because it was too advanced for American safety regulations. Today, we're diving deep into the story of automotive perfection, the Porsche 959, from its secret development program born out of rally warfare to the revolutionary technologies that every modern supercar now takes for granted, to why collectors are paying astronomical prices to own a piece of automotive history. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the 959 isn't just a car, it's the blueprint for every high-performance vehicle built today. But first, if you're passionate about automotive legends like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. And if this video teaches you something new about the 959, show your support with a like. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's get into the story. The Porsche 959's story begins in the early 1980s, during what many would consider the most dangerous and exciting era in motorsport history, the Group B rally era. Picture this. The FIA had just created a new racing category with almost no restrictions. The only rule: build 200 road cars to qualify for competition. This regulation would birth some of the most legendary machines ever created: the Audi Quattro, Lancia Delta S4, the Ford RS200, and of course, the Porsche 959. But Porsche had a different vision. While their competitors focused purely on rally domination, Porsche saw an opportunity to create something unprecedented: the ultimate sports car that could excel everywhere from the dunes of Africa to the streets of Stuttgart. The project was codenamed Group B, and Porsche committed an astronomical budget of 200 million Deutschmarks, roughly $400 million in today's money. To put that in perspective, that's more than some countries spend on their entire automotive industries. Leading the development was Helmut Bott, Porsche's chief engineer, alongside a team of the world's brightest automotive minds. Their mission was simple yet impossible: create a car that would be faster than a Ferrari F40, more reliable than a Mercedes, more capable than a Land Rover, and more advanced than anything NASA was building. The base was the iconic 911, but everything else would be revolutionary. They weren't just building a car, they were engineering the future. The 959's most groundbreaking feature was its all-wheel drive system, which Porsche called PSK, Porsche Steuerkupplung. This wasn't your typical four-wheel drive system. Using computer-controlled clutches, the 959 could vary torque distribution between the axles in real time. Under normal conditions, it sent 40% to the front and 60% to the rear. But when sensors detected wheel slip or aggressive acceleration, it could instantly shift to a 50-50 split. This technology was so advanced that it wouldn't become common in supercars until the 2000s. The heart of the beast was a 2.8-liter flat-six twin-turbo engine, producing 450 horsepower. But here's what made it special. Porsche pioneered variable geometry turbochargers. These turbos could change their internal geometry to eliminate lag and provide massive torque across the entire rev range. Today, every modern turbo engine uses this technology. The suspension system was equally revolutionary. Electronic dampers with 4 driving modes, traction for maximum grip, ice and snow for winter conditions, rain for wet weather, and dry for ultimate performance. Each mode completely transformed the car's character. The body was a masterpiece of materials science. Aluminum space frame, Kevlar body panels, carbon fiber reinforcements, all arranged in a structure that was both incredibly strong and remarkably light. The drag coefficient of 0.31 was exceptional for a car with such aggressive styling. Even the brakes were ahead of their time. An early version of what would become Porsche's PCCB, ceramic composite brake system, capable of stopping this 450 horsepower missile with incredible precision. The numbers that the 959 produced were simply staggering for the 1980s. 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.6 seconds. Faster than the Ferrari F40, faster than the Lamborghini Countach, faster than anything else on four wheels. Top speed, 197 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest production cars ever built at the time. But the 959's true brilliance wasn't just in straight-line speed. In 1986, Porsche entered the Paris-Dakar Rally, one of the most brutal endurance races on Earth, racing across 6,000 miles of desert, mountains, and rough terrain. The 959 didn't just compete, it dominated, finishing first and second overall. Think about that for a moment. The same car that could hit nearly 200 miles per hour on the Autobahn could also conquer the Sahara Desert. No other supercar in history has proven such versatility. At the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the 959 set lap times that wouldn't be beaten by production cars for years. Professional drivers reported sub-8-minute lap times, extraordinary for the 1980s. And despite all this performance, the 959 returned respectable fuel economy, 15 miles per gallon in city driving, 20 miles per gallon on the highway. It was a supercar you could actually live with. Only 337 Porsche 959s were ever built, making it one of the rarest supercars in history. The breakdown: 292 sport versions built between 1987 to 1988. 29 higher performance S models from 92 to 93, and 16 prototypes and special editions. Today, experts estimate only about 280 examples survive worldwide. When new, the 959 cost 431,000 Deutschmarks, roughly $200,000, making it twice as expensive as a 911 Turbo. Porsche actually lost money on every single car they built, treating it as a technology showcase rather than a profit center. But look at values today. In 2010, you could buy a decent 959 for around $300,000. By 2020, that same car would cost over $1 million. Today, pristine examples regularly sell for $1.5 to $2 million, with the rarest S models commanding over $2.5 million. This isn't just inflation, it's recognition of the 959's true significance in automotive history. When you consider that only a few hundred exist worldwide, and many are locked away in private collections, finding one for sale is like discovering a lost Da Vinci painting. The Porsche 959's influence on modern supercars cannot be overstated. Every all-wheel drive supercar today, from the Lamborghini Huracan to the Nissan GT-R to Porsche's own 911 Turbo, owes its existence to the 959's pioneering work. The car proved that all-wheel drive wasn't just for off-road vehicles, it was the future of high-performance motoring. The electronic systems that we take for granted today, traction control, electronic stability, adaptive suspension, variable geometry turbos, all were pioneered or perfected in the 959. Material science advances from the 959 program influenced everything from aerospace to Formula One. The carbon fiber and composite techniques developed for this car became industry standards. Automotive journalists consistently ranked the 959 among the greatest cars ever built. Car and Driver called it the most important supercar ever made. Top Gear named it one of the greatest cars of the 20th century. The car's owner list reads like a who's who of successful entrepreneurs and celebrities: Bill Gates, Ralph Lauren, Jerry Seinfeld, and countless other collectors who recognize the 959's historical significance. The Porsche 959 wasn't just a supercar, it was a crystal ball showing us the future of automotive performance. Born from the wild world of Group B rallying, limited to just 337 examples, and packed with technologies that wouldn't become mainstream for decades, the 959 stands as perhaps the most significant sports car ever created. Today, nearly 40 years later, the 959's influence is everywhere. Every time you see a turbocharged all-wheel drive supercar, every time you experience electronic stability control, every time you witness a car seamlessly blend comfort and performance, you're seeing the 959's DNA. If you're ever lucky enough to see one in person, you're not just looking at a car, you're witnessing automotive history, a machine that dared to imagine what sports cars could become, and then made that vision a reality. What do you think makes the 959 so special? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed diving deep into automotive legends like this, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We've got more incredible stories coming your way. Until next time, keep chasing automotive perfection.